Hi all, I'm here to do a review of two of my watches, and both of them are my favorite. I can't let one down with respect to the other because they both have a purpose to serve and they both are serving it very well, which I find it very impressive in what they do. So the first one that you see on the left is the LG Watch Sport. The LG Watch Sport is one of the first flagship Android Wear 2.0 watch, and the watch is very well built. You can see I've used it since the past 2 months, and then there's enough. I've still not removed all the stickers because if they want to wear, let them wear with those, and then I can take it off later. The watch is pretty thick. And the watch is really quick in how it performs as well. So going around the menu is very easy. You just have to just scroll through the crown. The crown is very responsive. It is silky smooth, and it is not. And I would say, as part of the design is concerned and how you use this, it is a combination of press the crown, turn the crown head, but then you would actually have to use your finger to actually select what you want when you get there. So the list of apps here are endless, and some of the very common ones that I use are in the top of the list here. Email, quick response to email, handy. Phone, you can go to the settings, messages, and then there is Android Pay that you want, and you can find your phone with it. Fit, you can have Strava as well on it. Torchlight, you can have all your hangouts. Google Maps, yes, Google Maps is there in full-fledged here. And then you can have your Facebook Messenger as well. I use the Google Music a lot, so I upload all my music in the cloud and I listen to that. There's a Play Store dedicated for Android Wear 2.0. There's lots of apps, you can go for that. And stopwatch, you have the Strava app and everything. The translate is also wonderful. You can actually call out whatever you want to be translated in English, and let me try that. Let's say it's English to Hindi, and I say good morning to you. And now you see it's translated to Hindi right there, right? It says Aapko Suprabhat, which is very correct. But the handy bit, when I tilt this upside down, do you see that? It is actually inverted and then displayed to the person on the other side. So you can actually call out what you want, and then you just flip the watch to the other side, and then the user can actually, the person on the other end can actually read and understand, like, how ingenious and how thoughtful is that, right? So there are some design elements here which actually is very good. You can see all your notifications here, and you can just swipe and you can just cancel them out. You can do all of that, and it has got its own, SIM card as well, which actually goes right behind this. So they're given a very its own proprietary, kind of a tool to just remove the back part, and you can put a SIM card in there, and you can see there is heart rate monitor as well in there. This watch, it is not as big as you think it is, because I've been watching reviews and everything, oh, this huge, what is gigantic, but compared to the watch that I was wearing prior to this all the time, this watch is not that big. But look at it sideways, it is pretty thick, yes. So that is something that you can't actually get away with, and you notice that when at the extreme wrist angles of yours, you sometimes end up actually, hitting the crown button, right? And these are shortcut buttons to any of the apps that you want to. The highlight of this watch, let me say the purpose why I had this watch is, I was using a smartphone a lot. At work, everywhere, I was using a smartphone a lot, and I thought, what, I should stop. I should stop using it that often because it was a huge distraction. So I just wanted something to actually reach out to my wife if I wanted in case of emergencies, or to call someone in case of emergency, and the text message. That's it. I wanted a basic communication device. That's it. And I didn't want the point of carrying it in my pocket as well. So this one was ideal because I could just wear it on my wrist, leave home, that's it. But then I get all the benefits of Android Pay if I want to pay something, and I can actually make calls, I can check my emails if I want to, I can reply to WhatsApp messages, all of that, which is all bonus, I would say. And the watch is not uncomfortable to actually wear, right? But you can see the bands are pretty stiff, and the reason being that the bands have got the antenna built into it. So all your NFC and your cellular antenna all are in there, and they're not interchangeable. So they're actually right built into the watch. Now the battery life is a question here. So the battery life, you may ask, how long does it actually last? To be honest, it's not great, but I was actually prepared for it, because if you turn the 4G on, it would last 5.5 to 6 hours, and that is really bad. But that is if you expect it to last the whole day. So, but if you just want to use it as a normal mobile, just as your, just to get your calls and send text messages, it'll last you the whole day, hands down. No bother. I take off the watch out from the charger at 7 in the morning, and come 8, and still there's 30% left. If you just use it as a normal communication device, but not as your smart device, right? But I get around actually doing the 4G the whole day as well. I leave a charger at work, and I do go to the gym or running during lunch. And what I do is I put this watch on the charger, and then I use the other one. And I come back, this is fully charged, and I'm back using 4G the whole day. So for me it works, and it is ideal. And given that I do not want to use a smartphone anymore during my normal day, this thing has absolutely helped me in doing that. The one design feature why I cannot actually understand why Google did not build into this is actually turning off 4G. Yes, it is surprising that they didn't think of it, because to turn off 4G, you have to go to your settings, is here, and then you go to your connectivity, and then you go to your cellular, and then you go to data usage, and you will have to set a limit on it. So this is the only way of turning off 4G and keeping your voice calls, which is ridiculous. They should have just had a simple toggle saying turn 4G off. No. So every time I'll have to go and set up a limit so that it says you have exceeded your usage, and that's how the 4G gets turned off. I really hope, and this is the screen that you get because you exceeded the limit, and I set it to 50 MB because I don't want to use 4G all the time. I just want to get it for the voice calls. So Google, you have to fix that. It is really basic and really simple. You have to fix that. There's plenty of watch streams you can go for and all of that. So this is the package it came in. Now I'll go to my other favorite one, which is the Garmin Fenix 3. The Garmin Fenix 3 is the flagship of Garmin until a year ago. Now there's the Fenix 5, but those who have got the Fenix 3, I really don't see any purpose why they should go to the Fenix 5, because this does everything that the other one does. Just that the new Fenix 5 has got more navigational information, where you can actually use it as maps for navigation, and then the screen is more colors in it, but that's about it. But this one does everything what you want, and this I would say this is one of the best fitness watch ever that I've used. I've gone all the way from the 200 to the 610 to the 620, and then I'm in love with Garmin devices and their support as well. So the Fenix 3 is great in what it does as an excellent fitness device, and it is actually a very good day-to-day usage as well. I was using this for months as my normal everyday watch because it is smart, limited smart, as in as long as your phone is around you, it connects via Bluetooth, and then all your notifications and everything, the messages you can just read off it, but you can't respond to it, and all your incoming calls you can receive it or reject it or do whatever you want with it. And you can even have this watch. The battery life is fantastic. You charge it once every 4 days, it lasts the whole of 4 days as a normal watch, and if you don't use it as a smartwatch with you, it'll last a week. But what stands out with this is how good it is in capturing all the various metrics that you need for running. And I run a lot. I just finished the marathon as well, and I would say this year was one of my personal best. I did a 3:53, and I would definitely give a lot of credit to this watch because the kind of data it provides, your run cadence, your run balance, your heart rate, your VO2 max, and the whole plethora of readings, I would say, is definitely something that helped me big time. And I would say it definitely helped me actually run better, train better. The recovery timings that it gave was spot on. I was able to get back, running, to the last minute of when it said, I'll recover. And then these are all, my latest run. I think this was from just a couple of days ago. And you can see the amount of details on this is phenomenal. So you can take any. Let's go through this, and you can see all the metrics there, right? It is actually very detailed, and somebody who is actually all into numbers, I would say, hands down, there's nothing that can beat this. So you can break it down by the laps and all the data screens. It will tell you where you went running. So that's it. But the new Fenix 5 will actually give you the layout as well of the land. But here it just tells you, where you went running. So as a fitness device, I would say nothing beats this watch. Now here is where I actually, will go back to the first statement I made, that both of these watches are extremely important to me, and they have served their purpose, very, very well. And one as an extremely competent fitness device, and the other one as a very, very all-rounded day-to-day communication device. Now, this one, the LG watch actually has got a heart rate monitor built into it. So if you want to go out running, and with Strava and everything, it can be a very good fitness device as well. It's completely waterproof. Both of them are IPv6 or 7, and you can take it out for running. But I love the extra metrics that the Garmin is giving, which is not there on Strava. And second, I'm not sure if the heart rate monitor when I run will be as accurate as what I get with the Garmin, because with the Garmin I have the heart rate monitor called HRM Plus, which actually captures a lot of other metrics that goes onto a strap onto my chest. So the accuracy I get with that, I really doubt if I'll get it with the LG watch. But for folks who are just into basic running, who want to just get the fitness level up, I would say the LG watch would definitely be an all-rounder. It can do everything for you. Just make sure that if at all you're out of your home for more than 12-13 hours a day, and if you're sitting at a desk somewhere, right, have a charger there. Have a charger at your workplace lying around. And coming back to charging, so this is the charging cradle for the LG watch. It is very, very simple. You just throw it in there. That's it. It could be either way. It could be this or the other way around, and still it would charge. And because this goes onto a wrist, I think LG has been really careful in not having a super quick fast charging battery, and we all know what happened to Note 7. So the charging is pretty slow, right? It'll take a while, around 30 minutes to an hour to charge, but then you want a safe battery on your wrist as well. On the other hand, the Garmin has got a cradle, and the cradle has got these pins that you have to line up to, and then you just have to use the cradle to just put it on there and lock it. And that's how you charge the Garmin. Yeah, it's not as simple as elegant as how you would just throw on into the cradle for the LG watch, but hey, you're charging it once a week. It does not matter. right? But this one you have to charge every day. It does matter how easily or seamlessly you can charge. So that one, so when I go running for lunch, take this out of my bag, on my wrist, take my other watch out, put it on the cradle, go out. Come back after an hour, this is fully charged, put this back in the bag, and I take it out of the bag once a week to charge it. So it serves my purpose completely. So these two watches are really good at what they do, and this one actually can do everything that this one can do, but not as good. It can do all the basics that this one can do, but not as good as what this one can do. So this is a specialist, right? This is an all-rounder. But if you want to train really well, go for the specialist one. The Garmin is got a bigger dial, right? And that's how I having used this all the time, never thought the LG watch was actually huge, but it is much thinner as well. So you can see it is not as bulky as the LG Watch Sport, and you hear the side-by-side comparison, and you'd notice that it is not as thick, but then both are comfortable to wear. So that is my review of the Watch Sport and the Fenix 3, which I absolutely adore, and I don't think I'll be letting go of either one of them. And I've successfully managed to stay off my smartphone since the past 7 weeks. 7 weeks of not carrying my smartphone to work. All I do is put this on, go to work, come back, take my calls, answer emails, reply to WhatsApp messages, though you can't compose new ones, but you can definitely send SMS, and it has got very good voice recognition as well. So I hardly type, I actually speak into it, and then it just types it for me, which is so handy. And you can on your you can even, the Google Assistant baked into it, so you can just ask it to do stuff like, let's see if I can give a quick demo. How's the weather in Dublin today? Pretty good. Do you think it'll rain? 20%. Look at that. So this kind of functionality is unbelievable. Send a text to Ashita, and that's my voice, and then it'll ask which number, because she has got multiple numbers. That is how smart it is. So it'll ask, and you say the first one, and then call out whatever text message you want to send, and that's it. The message is sent. You barely have to even type using your other hand. So you're extremely flexible in what you're doing. And I noticed even when I'm cycling, I've actually sent a text message while I was on the bike cycling away. I just had to press speak into it, and it sent them a text message. That's something that this one can't do. So this is an all-rounder watch, but not a specialist in fitness. This is a specialist in fitness, but it is not a complete all-rounder. It can do some of the things that this can do, but definitely not. But both has its true benefits, and I see that having both of them has completely changed the way I actually am in touch with tech, the way I'm actually going about it with my fitness and all. So thank you all for watching, and any questions, please do leave your comments below, and I will do my best to answer. I know that I've got a lot of reviews, and it has been really handy going through those reviews, so I am actually contributing as well. So thank you everyone.